What was one of maybe the surprising things, or the one thing you didn't consider that you kind of had to do, and you're like, oh, I've got to do this. Didn't think about this.
Let's see. That's a good question. The thing that I probably dread the most out of the process is the thumbnail creation, because it's, really it's all about the thumbnail. You can have the best video in the world, but if your thumbnail isn't compelling enough, then no one's going to click on your video to watch it in the first place. So like, I understand why the thumbnail is so important, because even when I'm using YouTube as a viewer, like obviously I'm looking at the thumbnails. I wish it wasn't as important, but totally like, I understand its importance. And I think that's something that people don't think about. It's like you said, like people think about, okay, what gear do I need? And like, how do I make a better video where like, if people aren't clicking on your video in the first place, it doesn't really matter. The other thing is responding to comments was a thing that my approach to it has evolved over the years. So before I was like very particular about, I had to respond to everything, like even if it was typing out like, thank you for watching the video. I really just wanted to acknowledge every single comment. And like, the thing is, sometimes I would get a negative comment and I would like, I'm human. It would send me reeling, and it would really like be discouraging. So then I was like, okay, I'm not going to look at comments, because I don't want like comments to have an impact on like my creativity. You know what I mean? And so now I think I've done a pretty good job of like, okay, I think there's an etiquette of like, people don't necessarily expect a response. If you get it, it's delightful. It makes people feel like acknowledged. But if someone is not like contributing to a conversation, it's just like nice video or whatever, I don't have to like feel the pressure of, oh my God, I have to respond to this person.
Yeah.
And like, I've also, learned how to navigate getting negative comments. I just like delete them now, because I feel like, this is my space. I don't need your negativity here. But yeah, so that's like something I didn't even like think about when I first started, because you're excited to get the comments, right? Like that's the whole point, is that we want to connect with people. And then, it's like, I don't know, it's just tricky when you start to get a lot of comments and then you're realizing, wow, people have a lot of opinions about, especially for me, because it's like my life, it's not like, on my vlog channel, this is my, like how I'm personally going through things, like dealing with anxiety, juggling decisions. And like, people are, because I put it out there, people are able to, share their opinions about how I chose to do something. So just kind of like navigating that was just something I didn't expect to do.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point, actually. I have to agree on the thumbnails, because so when again, my one video, but there's totally something I didn't think about. So it was like, okay, I need to film a video. So to me, it was like filming the video is the most important thing. The more I think about it, the more I look at things, it's like almost the least important bit. It's like, there's so many other factors that go into it that, at least me, I had no idea about. So like thumbnails, titles, tags, like how you promote it, the editing, like the lighting setup, just like a whole range of things. And yes, to go back, comments, promoting it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, yeah. Filming actually not so bad.
Right.
I will take that. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It ends up being like the process that, I mean, thankfully, right? Because I think if you want to get into YouTube, obviously you have to like making videos, because that's what you're going to do for the foreseeable future. And if anything, if your channel grows, you're just going to keep making more and more videos. So I think like, what I try to do as a YouTube coach, like when people ask me, how do I manage all of this and stuff like that? I think the thing that is the most important thing is your mindset and how you feel about the content that you're creating, because it's really like, it doesn't matter the gear, the thumbnail, all the strategy. Like if you're not excited about what you're creating, then you will stop. Then you will find an excuse to not keep going. If you are excited about what you're creating, if you're having fun doing it, what's fun will get done, right? And you will find a way to to make a good thumbnail, you'll find a way to fit it into your schedule or block out the time. So, you know, I always try to remind people, like, the world of doing YouTube can seem complicated, but if you're really passionate about your content, like, let that be kind of the thing that you focus on, and everything else you'll kind of learn, and you'll develop a process where it will get maybe not easier, but more simple, more straightforward.